Imagine waking up to headlines blaring news of a mysterious helicopter crash in Iran, with whispers of Israeli involvement echoing through international corridors. This isn't just fodder for news channels, it's a potential spark that could ignite a geopolitical powder keg. In this essay, we will dissect the implications of the Iranian helicopter incident, exploring the tangled web of international relations, the burden of proof, and the possible retaliatory measures that could reshape the Middle East's political landscape. The news of the crash instantly reverberated across the globe, drawing sharp and polarized reactions. Media outlets rushed to cover the unfolding drama, often coloring the narrative with national biases. Governments of major powers, keenly aware of the delicate situation, issued calculated statements, some calling for calm and restraint, others for rigorous investigation. The Iranian and Israeli governments, predictably, were the focal points, each releasing guarded statements that hinted at the brewing storm beneath the surface. This phase of immediate reaction set the tone for international engagement with the crisis. In the realm of international politics, evidence acts as both shield and sword. Iran's accusation towards Israel requires a foundation built on solid, indisputable proof. This proof could come from satellite imagery, intercepted communications, or forensic debris analysis. However, the complexity of gathering this evidence, coupled with the necessity of maintaining its credibility on the international stage, presents a formidable challenge. The global community watches closely, understanding that the quality of evidence and the transparency of its presentation could either justify retaliatory measures or expose them as baseless provocations. Historically, Israel has maintained a doctrine of preemptive defense, often citing existential threats from its neighbors as justification for its military actions. In this context, the speculation around Israel's involvement may stem from perceived threats emanating from Iranian soil, perhaps linked to military assets or hostile activities against Israeli interests. Israel's intelligence and technological prowess are well documented, boasting advanced surveillance systems and cyber capabilities. Such strengths provide it with the means to carry out precise operations, though whether these were employed in this scenario remains a matter of conjecture. Retaliation, a term laden with ominous potential, hangs heavily over Iran's next moves. The spectrum of Iran's retaliatory options spans from direct military strikes, possibly targeting Israeli interests, to more covert operations such as cyber attacks or leveraging proxy groups in neighboring regions. Each potential action carries its own set of repercussions. Military strikes risk a full-scale conflict, while cyber warfare or proxy engagements offer plausible deniability but could still escalate tensions. The choice of response would significantly influence the regional power dynamics and global market stability, particularly in the oil sector. The incident, if proven to be an act of aggression, could be construed as a violation of the United Nations Charter, which prohibits force against sovereign states. The legal ramifications could involve proceedings in the International Criminal Court, ICC, though geopolitical realities often influence legal outcomes. Sanctions and diplomatic condemnations could also follow, aligning with historical precedents where international law has intersected with global politics. These legal pathways, while offering a veneer of civility, are fraught with complexities and often influenced by the power structures within international bodies. The United States finds itself in a precarious position, balancing its strategic alliance with Israel and its own regional interests. Historically, the U.S. has oscillated between overt support for Israel and a more measured approach that considers broader regional stability. The current silence or minimal response could be strategic, aimed at avoiding escalation. Alternatively, this could be a period of covert support or behind-the-scenes diplomacy, a testament to the complex dance of geopolitics where public and private stances often diverge. The repercussions of this incident are not confined to the immediate vicinity of Iran and Israel. Global security, particularly in energy-rich regions, could see increased volatility, affecting oil prices and thereby global economic stability. An escalation could prompt other nations to pick sides, potentially leading to a broader conflict that could engulf the Middle East. The importance of maintaining a lid on this situation is paramount, not just for regional actors, but for all stakeholders in global economic and security frameworks. In our digital age, the media's role extends beyond mere reporting. It shapes perceptions and influences policy. Western media might frame the incident as a defensive necessity, while Eastern outlets could portray it as an aggressive violation of sovereignty. Social media platforms amplify these narratives, often outpacing official accounts and creating a parallel reality where public opinion can be manipulated or inflamed, impacting diplomatic strategies and national policies. Economic sanctions, a tool often used to exert international pressure, could be levied against the perpetrator. The impacts of such sanctions are twofold. They can cripple the targeted nation's economy while also affecting global markets, particularly if either Iran or Israel is involved, given their roles in global energy supplies. The effectiveness and political fallout from such sanctions would depend heavily on the international community's alignment, either for or against the measures, influenced by the solidity of the evidence presented. Diplomacy, often conducted away from the public eye, plays a crucial role in de-escalating tensions. Secret negotiations, possibly mediated by countries like Russia or Saudi Arabia, could pave the way for a resolution that avoids open conflict. These diplomatic efforts are delicate, requiring a balance of carrot and stick tactics, and their success is crucial for avoiding a wider confrontation that could draw in multiple regional players. Public opinion can greatly pressure governments into taking or avoiding certain actions. In both Iran and Israel, nationalistic fervor could push leaders towards more aggressive postures. Historical instances, such as the US invasion of Iraq, demonstrate how public sentiment can influence and sometimes dictate national policy. Understanding the pulse of the populace in these countries could provide insights into the likely governmental moves in response to the incident. Technology plays a pivotal role in modern espionage and warfare. The use of satellites for surveillance, drones for precision strikes, and cyber tools for intelligence gathering and disruption are hallmarks of contemporary conflicts. In the case of the helicopter crash, technological traces, if any, could provide crucial clues to the incident's origins and methodologies, potentially impacting the narrative and subsequent actions by the involved nations. From a theoretical standpoint, realists would view this incident as a power play in the anarchic international system, where security and power are the primary concerns. Liberals, however, might emphasize the role of international institutions and legal frameworks in resolving the crisis. These perspectives can help predict the behaviors of Iran and Israel, offering frameworks through which global observers can interpret the unfolding events. The long-term geopolitical consequences of this incident could redefine security and political alliances in the Middle East. The potential realignment of regional powers, shifts in military postures, and changes in diplomatic strategies could set the stage for either a new era of stability or continued strife. Predicting these changes requires not only an understanding of the current incident, but also a nuanced grasp of the historical and cultural complexities of the region. This incident underscores the fragile equilibrium within international relations, where actions and reactions are closely interwoven with global peace and stability. The path forward requires a judicious blend of diplomacy, adherence to international law, and a restrained approach to military engagement. As the world watches, the decisions made in the coming days will either pave the way for a peaceful resolution or set the stage for a deeper conflict. The stakes are high, and the need for wise, informed decision-making has never been greater.